Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, something's holding you back? Like there's this invisible ceiling you can't seem to break through, especially when it comes to money, success, or even self-worth. You take the course, you read the book, you repeat the affirmations, but deep down it still feels like something is missing, like you're looping through the same struggle over and over again. What if I told you that loop isn't reality? What if it's just a story you've been telling yourself, a story that isn't even yours? You see, most people don't actually have a money problem. They have a belief problem, and most of those beliefs, they were inherited, absorbed, rehearsed, repeated. You didn't come into this world worried about money, ashamed of your dreams, or afraid to be seen. You were taught to live in lack. You were trained to believe that abundance was for other people. You were conditioned to expect struggle, to normalize fear, and to settle for just enough. Your subconscious mind, it was always listening. Every argument about rent, every anxious trip to the grocery store, every time someone told you that wanting more was selfish or unrealistic, all of that got recorded without your permission. By the time you were just 7 years old, the blueprint for how you experience money, love, success, and self-worth was already etched into your nervous system. Not because you chose it, but because your environment installed it. And here's the thing, your brain is efficient, but not always in your favor. Your body memorizes what's familiar. Your emotions, your reactions, your stress responses, they become habitual. And because they're familiar, they start to feel safe, even if they're miserable. So you wake up and your mind already knows the script. Worry about money, stress about time, fear what might go wrong. You're not making new decisions. You're reliving old ones. You're not stuck. You're conditioned. Let's get real. Most of what we call reality is just emotional repetition. You feel like you're not enough, so you think thoughts that match. Then you feel even more not enough. It's a feedback loop, and eventually it becomes your identity. I'm just not a money person. Success is for people with better connections. This is just the way life is. But what if it's not? What if the problem was never the external world, but the internal programming? Your brain is more familiar with remembering your past than imagining your future. That's why you keep repeating the same cycles, even when new opportunities show up. It's why you sabotage good things, why affirmations don't stick, why change feels so hard. You're trying to build a new life on top of an old identity, and your subconscious, loyal as it is, wants to protect you, even if it's protecting you from growth. But here's the truth most people never realize. You are not the program. You are the programmer. Want to change the pattern? You don't need to overhaul your whole life overnight. You need to start by confronting the story. Ask yourself, what belief about money or worth do I keep repeating? Who taught me I wasn't enough? When did I decide that joy had to wait? When you name the story, you shrink its power. You stop being the actor trapped in the script and you become the author holding the pen. You don't have to wait for more money to feel abundant. You don't have to wait for permission to feel free. You can begin now, today, to feel the future you want before it shows up. When you do that consistently, something powerful happens. You stop reliving. You start creating. Of course, the mind will resist. The body will protest. The old you will try to pull you back. But keep going, because every time you choose a new thought, every time you feel a new emotion, every time you refuse to obey the old programming, you're not just changing your life, you're changing your identity. This video, this message, this moment, it's not a magic fix, but it's a doorway, a decision point, a wake-up call. Will you keep reacting from your past, or will you start creating from your future? Because your abundance isn't out there, it's already in you, waiting to be remembered. The story you've been telling yourself has run its course. Now it's time to write a new one where you're free, fulfilled, and unshakably abundant. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Are you ready? Let's begin.